Hey, I'd like to welcome you to the first ever podcast of Own Your Spine. I'm Dr. Christopher Notley. I'm a chiropractor and athletic therapist in Winnipeg, Manitoba. And in this podcast, I want to just introduce you to the podcast and explain to you why it's called Own Your Spine Podcast and also what we're going to try to accomplish in this podcast. So, own your spine. What does it mean to own your spine? Well, I'm going to compare this to owning your house. So, when you own your house, you are responsible for it. You are responsible for fixing it. You are responsible for maintaining it or upgrading it. If something breaks down, you're responsible for fixing it. Now, how you fix that depends on your knowledge. If you have no knowledge on how to fix it, you're going to have to call an expert. Now, if you do have knowledge, you'll turn around and fix it. You have some knowledge, you might have to say, you know what, I need to learn more about it. And so that's where this comes into play is that I want you to know more about it. I want you to learn more. So in the case of Own Your Spine, I want you to own your spine. I want you to have better knowledge about your spine. But more generally, I want you to have better knowledge about your overall health. Because after 20 some years of treating people for musculoskeletal injuries, the longer I've practiced, the more I've discovered that we need to have a healthy body. And that's not just a body that is strong or flexible. It's a body that is well nourished, provided with appropriate nutrition, and it's a body that has good mental health because when it comes to injuries or pain, we have what's called the biopsychosocial model. And what that means is there's biological components, there's social components, and psychological components that can all influence your experience of pain or influence your overall enjoyment of life. And so there's lots more variables. Generally speaking, if we can improve someone's mental and physical health, this is what we want to see. And I think most people in their life want to have better mental health and better physical health. And we've seen that with that back pain and neck pain and headache actually tends to do better when we improve these things. But we also know that this also improves other medical conditions as well. Um, though it's not within my scope of practice to talk about medical conditions, some of the people I'm going to bring in, that will be within their scope of practice. So, this Own Your Spine podcast will be about you owning your overall health, gaining the knowledge to help yourself out or to discover whether or not you need to call the expert and have the expert help you out. These are the things I want to discuss and will be covered throughout these podcasts. One, I want to talk about different conditions that people have that I tend to see. I want to talk about general physical conditioning, just how do we build up our body? How do we make ourselves physically better? Uh, Different nutrition topics, things that for some people they might want to learn how do we lose weight. Others might say, how do I deal with pain? And is there a nutritional component to that? Others might say, hey, I have such and such condition. How do I help out with that through my nutrition? I'm also going to go through some research. Now, most of this research is probably going to have a little bit of slant towards the chiropractic side of things, but I want to relay that information to you so that you can, again, own it and understand it better, just like I'm going to own it and understand it better so that I can better help out with my patients. Uh, if we look at a lot of this stuff, we can also go into general wellness, different topics on that. Uh, that can cover lots of different things, some of the things we've already discussed, and other things that just make people feel well, in essence, content with life. And so we're going to cover a broad number of topics, but you'll discover that many of them overlap and contribute to your overall owning and understanding and taking care of not only your spine but your body as a whole. So why am I doing this? Now, admittedly, some of this is for myself. I am going to, whenever I talk about a topic, I get to dive into it deeper so that I can better understand it, so that I can help out my patients better. I'm going to be bringing in experts, people from Winnipeg or the surrounding area. And so there is a benefit for me. I get to learn more from them, from another perspective, from another background. And I also get to have people that I can trust, and refer to if I need to refer my patients. But most importantly, this is to help you. This is to help you better yourself so that you can feel healthy, move better, feel better, and overall just be a have a better body, better health of your body. I hope you enjoy these future podcasts, but I'd like to have this as a mutual thing. I want to learn things. I'm looking up things that help, I can learn more from, that I can share with you. But if you have questions, feel free, message me, leave me a message in the comments so that I can add that to our possible episodes, or I can seek out professionals who can help us with that topic, so that we can better own our spine. I hope you enjoyed the first ever podcast of Own Your Spine podcast. Talk to you soon.